Hey everybody, it's Dex here. Decided that I finally, on this day off, I have the energy to try and record something for you guys to let you know how I'm doing. I'm sorry that these can't be more frequent, but that's just it's just how things are, I suppose. And sorry for the lack of eye contact. Not easy, to be quite honest. So, I've got my list of things I wanted to mention and update you guys on, so I will get to that. As with one of my last video updates, which I rewatched recently, very mixed feelings about seeing that again, but as I started with that, I'll start with this as well. Apologies for the lack of communication, silence, or what have you. I know one or two of you last time, said to me that I shouldn't have apologized for stuff that's out of my control. But I still, even it's in the same way that when it's not anyone's fault what happens to someone, they'll still apologize. They'll still be sorry that this is happening, and I'm sorry that this is happening, or what's not happening. I'm not communicating very frequently or regularly, either with these videos or messages on Discord, what have you. And that's not fair to a degree, but there we are. Long story short, it's just very difficult for me to reach out, communicate with people. Just part of the way I'm feeling at the moment. Everything wants to kind of correlate on itself, and I just want to almost isolating myself, really. Not healthy, not great, but that's where we are at the moment. I will say though, a massive thank you to everyone who has reached out to me, or even as simple as put messages on the general chat on Discord and things like that. It's nice to know that you guys are still there and still thinking about me, even if it does make me a little sad inside when I see those messages and I feel like I can't respond. I feel like the long swath of silence make it even harder to respond the longer the silence continues, so it doesn't go unappreciated. I do see them, I do see these messages. I might not see them exactly when they go up for some reason. I look at it mainly on my phone. For some reason the notifications a bit slow coming on my phone for some reason. It's weird, but I do see them. I do check in every so often, and I check them out, so don't think that they go unread. Even the private messages and so on, I probably have seen them, just responding to people at the moment, speaking and interacting with too many people at once is very tiring for me. Makes me uneasy and anxious. It's not great. Which leads me on to what you guys probably want to know, and that is, how am I getting on? What's been going on with my depression and so on. First and easiest bit is probably medication. Jesus, about a year ago, when I last did a stream, which was Call of Cthulhu, a game I've still not gone back to at all, unfortunately. I was on, I believe, only 50 milligrams of sertraline, a general kind of antidepressant, mood lifter kind of thing, it's supposed to be anyway. I believe I was on 50, I believe so. Now I'm on 200 milligrams of it, the maximum dose that you can be on for sertraline is what I'm told. The maximum prescribed anyway. But I'm also now on a new drug for me, not new, you know what I mean. I'm on another drug now as well, taken in the evenings or at times where I'm particularly anxious, called quetiapine. Its side effect is one of the reasons I'm taking it, why it was prescribed to me, and that is it makes me drowsy. I mean, I can get to sleep easier. I take it in the evenings. Within about an hour, I'm quite much slower and drowsier. Helps me kind of fall asleep a lot faster. I'm very rarely now left lying awake at night. It's pretty good at knocking me out. It's also an antipsychotic as well. I'm sure that somewhat figured into why they prescribed it to me, but you know, I won't look into their reasons, but sure, it seems to be working to some degree for what they prescribed it for me. And whether it's working or not, the medication, I probably would be a lot worse without sertraline. I'd probably be worse without the quetiapine. Quetiapine is helpful. Will these help me get better? Not really. Not without therapy or something else, which is what I'm going to get to next, and that is, how has finding therapy and talking cure been going? Not great. Maybe about a month ago, I had a appointment with a psychiatrist. He's pretty good. He's very nice. I was annoyed that I only finally managed to get an appointment with him after I had to take a week off work because I was so depressed and stressed out of my gourd that I ended up calling some of the people that I've been in touch with and the medical people I've been in touch with and saying this is getting a lot worse, and then suddenly out of the blue, as if by magic, an appointment with him appeared. So I went there, talked through some of it, put me onto the increased sertraline and the quetiapine. I'm supposed to possibly be seeing him again in the next month, but I don't know whether that's going to happen or not. They're extremely understaffed and overworked up here where I live. And I've been seeing the other person I was seeing from the NHS at the local hospital section up here near me. It's like a mental health division of it. I've been having started off as frequent and now infrequent appointments with her regarding my mental health. The frequent appointments and the stuff that she was trying to work through me with were not helping my scores. The scores were only getting worse, as it were. They have you take semi-regular, kind of multiple choice quiz things that from like 1 to 5. They've got several of these survey things, questionnaires that you've got to fill out, and that when you periodically fill them out, it shows you how your mental health is progressing. Mine's only been getting worse, which pretty much sums up all of it really. It's been slowly getting worse, and I wish I had better news on that front, but really my feelings on my wellness at the moment, my mental health is not great. Still very depressed, still suicidal, bunch of the time. Not made any attempts yet. But, well, it's not out of the question. Let's put it that way. Other feelings on how I'm feeling is just, it's very low. The self-esteem and everything like that is very low. Anyone who's had depression will tell you that it can really get on top of you. And as it stands now, from the talks I've been having with my correspondents at the NHS mental health team, one of them is of the opinion that I could be neuroatypical, neurodivergent is what it's called, which means, you know, standard treatment might not work on me particularly, so I might be looking into that. I don't know. I've still not had any regular like psychiatrist therapy at all. The only way I could get that is paying for it. While I've looked into it, it's the idea of paying for therapy and so on. Some part of it puts me off. It also means going through and finding another person and having to go through the rigmarole of it again. And after I've been at this for over a year, maybe a year and a half, being taken from pillar to post, being led round this fucking wild goose chase, you get tired, so tired of repeating the same, or answering the same questions over and over and over and over and over again. And especially when you don't see any benefit from it, just very demoralizing. Anyway, what have I been doing in the interim? Work. I'm still working at the same place that British people will know as Superdrug. Still there. A lot of staff recently have left, so slightly more responsibilities on my shoulders to a certain degree. Want to look for another job to get out of there, somewhere closer to where I live, but the lack of energy from being so horrifically depressed kind of makes everything like that a lot harder, along with the anxiety of starting a new job piled on top of my existing anxiety. It's not very productive to finding a new job. I've been trying to distract myself in my off hours. Been watching anime and things to try and, you know, on days where I, you know, don't end up feeling I can do very much, I've been watching Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba. It's a very cool anime. I recommend it. Also been getting into JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Currently about a bit more than halfway through season 3, Stardust Crusaders. Very cool. Glad I finally got into it, really. It's freaking ace. Very cool. I like it. It's pretty mental. Finally understand where all the memes come from. This is, you know, about time. Games I've been playing. Charlotte bought me I have a Nintendo Switch. I've had that for a while, but Charlotte bought me the new Fire Emblem Three Houses game, and not long after it came out, been really enjoying that. Just being able to play a game sat next to Charlotte makes me feel very comfortable. Just playing a game for the sake of it, and one of those games that you can take your time and micromanage everything. Hence why I've got nearly 60 hours in it, and I've not even completed the story mode for one of the houses yet. But it's just something I can take at my own pace and just play next to Charlotte, sit next to her while she's on her laptop or something. It's very relaxing. my friend Davey, you'll remember him from some streams. He got me into playing Minecraft on PC for a bit, modding it, mod packs and things on Twitch, so on. For people who don't know, if you've got Minecraft, you can Twitch will recognize it as an installed game, and you can just use Twitch to install instances of Minecraft with mod packs made by the community. That's very fun. I've been playing a lot of RL craft and other things like that. It's very cool. Something very can be very relaxing about Minecraft. It's very zen. I like chilling out to that sometimes. Honestly, I've not been on my PC as often, nearly as often as I used to. Been playing some Destiny 2 as well. It became free to play on Steam. Been playing a bit of that. Got myself to gear level 900 plus. Mainly dicking around solo. Again, I'm not the most sociable feeling right now, but it's an alright game. A lot more content than when I was playing it years ago, but I don't know how ready I am to buy the other stuff, the other DLC and season pass and things that I don't have. I just don't have the money to justify playing that. I don't know whether I would continue playing it to justify it, so I've just been dicking around with it mostly. Other than that, that's about it. I've been keeping up with some reading and things, but that's kind of on the sidelines. Podcasts and stuff, I've still been listening to them. But basically just in off time, I'm trying to get energy to do things I need to do around the flat and keep myself going, basic taking care of appearance and so on, some of which has fallen by the wayside. My hair really needs to get trimmed on the sides, but just even to go and getting a haircut is a lot of energy and a lot of mental fortitude needed for that. It being around people and everything, and work demands a lot of my energy, because I have no choice but to do that and pour a lot of my energy and time into work, because I have to be around people a lot, so can't be like this when I'm at work, really. That's really the sum of it, the sum of all that's been going on right now. Our video's already gone on too long. I wanted to rattle this off as quickly as I could, but trying to do it quickly it's very hard to get the words out and get all my ducks in a row, so as for going forward in the future, I don't know still about streaming. Recently a good part of me wants to follow the kind of mantra that some of this pseudo therapy that I've been getting is suggesting, trying to behave like you are better, so then you will eventually feel better. It's the whole thing, like people tell you to dress for the job you want, not the job you have, all that kind of jazz, self-motivation and stuff. But as most people know, it's not as easy as that. Even this is hard. Normally I wouldn't have. I'd got butterflies speaking to camera, doing vlogs and stuff in the past, and streaming is, there's always been a bit of anxiety for streaming and so on, stage fright and that, but I don't know, it took me 3 minutes before starting this to actually properly start speaking to the camera. So I want to stream. I miss it terribly. I want to do something. I want to play games for you guys, Minecraft, or I don't know, just something fun I could enjoy and just take my time with. But I don't know. It's hard for me to pin down anything at this point. So I'm not going to try at the moment. I'm going to see what happens. I'm going to keep poking at the idea of doing that, and I've been poking at the idea for ages of recording more, recording some like H.P. Lovecraft readings and stuff like that. But again, when trying to pour passion into something creative, it's very difficult to maintain that momentum without being dragged down, having it beaten out of you by myself, you know. So I think I'm probably going to wrap it up here as a update. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I can really say more, I'll be honest, but I can feel myself getting a bit warm in the face, in the eyes, so I'm probably going to have to wrap it up. More thanks to everyone. You still, seeing my Discord still filled with, people that are technically like still linked to it is great. Having people check in on me and make sure, and just letting me know that still thinking about me and so on, and that there'd be actually someone watching if I ever were to start streaming again is good beyond words. It's really great. I really appreciate it. And anyone who's wondering, not see me online or what have you, I'm mainly invisible online when I come onto Steam or Discord or what have you. It doesn't mean I'm not there reading comments and things. Just like I say, being around other people and being in public view at the moment is really difficult. Going outside and doing shopping and haircuts and things is difficult, so you can imagine what having my online presence broadcast to everyone feels. And even people who I'm good friends with haven't seen or played with me that often, I'll be honest. Like, it really doesn't happen. It's like it's just very draining and very difficult for me. Doesn't mean but anyone who's wondering if it means that I'm no longer friends with you anymore, or that I don't care, or that I don't like you anymore, that's not it. That's not the case. If anything, it's I don't like myself anymore at all, and just being around people can sometimes just make that worse. And everything is internalized. Everything's turned inward on myself, and that means it might come across as self-centered, but really it's just I'm very critical and paranoid and depressed and anxious, and everything just kind of internalizes, and I curl up and retreat from the world. So that's what's been going on. That's the state of play as it stands at the moment. If anyone's wondering, Charlotte, my fiance, she's doing good. She's doing okay. She's working away. Still a solicitor locally. She's been doing very well. She's almost working for herself to a certain degree. It comes with its own problems. She only gets paid for what she does, but she's doing very well. I'm very proud of her. She's still writing and posting things online and things, so she's still cracking at the writing again. Very proud. I can't say that I've been, apart from my mental health getting worse, I can't say that I've been up to very much at all. Not really. It's hard to really get anything come to mind. But anyway, I'm getting a bit strung out now, so my voice is getting hoarse, so I would love to promise more updates, but I don't know if I'm able to do that at the moment. So, that's going to be it for just now. Sorry for this video not being really edited at all. I'm pretty much just going to crop the front and back and stick some music on it. You probably hear some nice Skyrim music this entire time. So it's going to be very unedited, lots of pausing from me, so I apologise for that. But take care of yourselves. I look forward to the day that I can actually get back to streaming on Twitch and so on again at some point. It's just hard to have any kind of plans for the future at the moment, or any hope for the future just now. So all I can really say is bear with me, guys. I'm trying my very best. It's just not enough at the moment. So you guys take care of yourselves. I hope you're all doing well, and I hope you all succeed in everything that you're trying to do. But until next time, I will be around, but maybe not where you can see me. So take care and have a good day.